Hello, and welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel. Oh, and all right, y'all, just give me a second to okay, we are greetings, Nerda in the house, early bird. Now, you know you're supposed to be in the bed, but I'd like to say hello, I am Tria, and welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel. And I am passionate about helping middle-aged adults like myself overcome the fear of leaving behind the comfort of your six-figure job to start a business. And the business I'm encouraging folks to get into is Turo. Turo has been a game changer for me for the last 3 months now. I've been with Turo. Turo is a ride sharing platform which allows regular people to place your vehicles on a ride sharing platform and be like a rental car service. So you can be your own rental car service, and Turo allows you to do that. And I've said, and I've also heard a lot of people say that Turo is like the Airbnb for cars, which I totally agree that that is a true statement. So I'm just excited because, like I said, for the last three months, I've been doing the Turo, and I started off with three cars. But let me just go back a little bit. For those of you who don't know me, I quit my six-figure job as a registered nurse 2 years ago to embark upon my my quest to become an entrepreneur, my quest to get free from working and to be my own boss and generate my own income, and to say and set limits for how much money I want to make, and to actually just get financial freedom and stuff. So I started that 2 years ago. And along the way, for those of you who've been following me since then, you know that I have tried different things. I've uh, tried and failed and tried, failed to try and tried and failed. And today I can say that I'm extremely excited about being successful with being persevering and actually getting this breakthrough. So today's title is Turo's Tricks, Tips and Tricks. I don't have a lot of them, but the few that I do have, I do want to share. And I want to share a testimony too, because this the last 2 weeks actually has been some real challenges, to where all of the things that I know I did, fear that could possibly happen to you by starting a Turo business. Like, I think the top three fears that most people who want to start a Turo business might have. Number one is your car to be stolen, and that's, like, I believe, maybe at the top. Another one would be, a guest to trash your car. Another one would be when the guest crashes your car, or if they smoke in your car and do all these kind of things. And I would say that I feel like I got all those things happen to me in like the matter of a week. And I actually experienced a guest who smoked in my car, and my claim was denied from a Turo because I didn't have enough pre-picks, and the guest didn't leave the actual cigarette butts or ashes and all those kind of things. So a Turo says that smells aren't there; those aren't proof. So that was a disappointment that I had to learn there. And I did hear some other people say some tips about how to get reimbursed for these smoking charges. However, the time has elapsed for me to do that. But what they were saying is that you've got to, like, I guess, kind of trick the guests into admitting that they smoked in your car, which I didn't try to do that. I just was really disappointed because the smell actually lingered on. I did purchase one of those ozone machines, so I could, I put that in there to try to get rid of the smells. And I thought that, the smells were gone. Like I've said to y'all before, after spending 30 years nursing, my nose is, really nose blind. Like, I can tolerate some really, some really foul odors. So I didn't necessarily really pick up the smells. Like I can tell, like maybe sometimes the smell might be a little bit off, but two of my people said that they smelled smoke in the car too. And then also the guest who rented it, 2 days afterwards, wrote me a nice heartfelt text, stating that she could, detect the smell of smoke in there. So I had to go through that. And the other few things that I've gone through all in the same week was all right. So now I'm going to be doing some updatings to my schedule, to some of these little pre-populated things that Turo settings that they try, default settings that Turo will try to put you into, to where you're like giving your car away pretty much for for free. And so I went in there today, since I'm, pretty much, when I saw how much of the market that I had, I realized how much power I had. So I increased my prices. And I'm just excited. So I'm going to see like if that's going to make a difference. I know that when I first got started, I was, really concerned. I wanted to try to get as high in the search engine as I could. So I let the Turo algorithm, adjust my prices and things like that. However, I started to see that I was like priced less than all most of the cars on the platform. And, not trying to brag, but I have the nicest cars here in Montgomery. In Montgomery, Alabama, I'm the only one whose fleet has a fleet of all new vehicles, 22s. And and most of them, well, not most of them, but two of them are on the Turo Go app, and the other five are just waiting because it takes time. I guess like your car has to be on the platform. The particular car has to be on the platform for a while before it'll allow you to sync it with the Turo Go app, which for this week for me has been pretty difficult because I only two of the cars. Well, actually, only now one, because the other one that was on it was the Edge that was crashed. So I only had one car that the guests could let themselves in, but the other ones I had to, I'm staying up and having to, let folks in. And one of the drawbacks on that is that some people were making these weird times, and these are kind of some red flags that you will notice when you're going to get that guest that's going to bring the car back late or not put the gas in there. Those are the ones that'll try to do what I call a sidebar, where they'll try to make outside deals outside of the Turo platform, which is a complete no-no. So sometimes it's kind of a heads up. I can tell like if somebody's going to do the behavior. Usually they're the ones that want to book like booking at midnight or return it at 2 a.m. Just bogus stuff. So I'm thinking that they're thinking that if they turn it in late, then maybe you won't check it and then find that they didn't fill the tank up. But thankfully, all of my cars are on the Ford app, and the Ford Pass. I'm able to see where the vehicles are at all times. I'm able to see how much gas is in there. So when these guests that are returning the car, I can totally see that, the car is empty or, half tank or something like that. And so what I do is that when I see that, I just go right on ahead. And even if it's late or dark, something like that, I just go ahead and check the car in and go ahead and fill the tank up, get the receipt, take a picture of it, and then send that guest the bill. And they have like, I think 2 or 3 days to pay it or dispute it. But luckily, since my cars are on these apps, I just take a picture of the app that showed. And then also, I take the picture when I get the car back and stuff. For the most part, I haven't had any of the gasoline requests, denied. Like I've been reimbursed for each time when the guests didn't return the car on full. It's not like it's a big money maker, because you just get like a $10 convenience fee and you're just charging them for the gas. The down part of that is that if you're not set up to where you got the finances to foot the bill until you get reimbursed from Turo, those kind of guests could really like be devastating to your business if like if you were just making enough and you're kind of like living off the business, you don't have any reserves. Those kind of things could really set you off, because like the first lady, she returned my Mustang back on pretty much, and it was like $43 to fill it up. So I sent her a bill for $53, right? She still hasn't paid yet, but I'm pretty sure Turo, if she doesn't pay, they'll just probably charge her for it, and then give me the money. And then another guest who brought the car back on a little less than 3/4, that was another $19 bill. So these little expenses, however I'll be reimbursed for them, they do add up. And the other thing that I've decided I'm going to add to, let me just say, one of the tricks or the tips that I was going to say is the airport delivery. The airport drop-offs really contribute to a good percentage of my business. Like just today, I had 4. This is my first day, since I've added the other 5 cars on. Like I've been working really hard. That's why I'm kind of coming to you kind of late tonight, because I'm working so hard because I'm doing the business. Like I'm the one doing everything. I had, like I said, 4 cars to drop off at the airport, and I'm trying to coordinate all the things because I am like a one woman show doing this thing by myself. So I try to, I was really proud of myself today. I was very clever. I had one of the cars, my white Explorer, came back last night to the airport, and it had to go back there today. So I only had a few hours to turn that one over. So what I did was I had my black Explorer had a pickup at the airport too today, this morning. So I got it fixed up last night, and then I drove it to the airport clean and ready to go. But I didn't take the pictures and all that stuff because it was dark. So I dropped the black Explorer off, and then I took the white Explorer, which that guest also had turned the car in, not full. So again, when that happens, I just go right on over to the gas station, fill it up, get the receipt, take a picture of the receipt, and I immediately go ahead and send them that invoice, because I don't want it to, forget about it or something like that, because that could add up. Like already that's like over, about $70 worth of gas that I had to front for these guests. So, and then when that happens, part of you is like, do you make a stink? Do you give them a bad review? Or, do you just kind of chalk it up to like, these are the things that's going to happen. And some people, like at least this one guest, she asked about like how much it's going to cost if I don't fill up the tank. And I just, told her it's going to be the price of the gas plus $10, however that comes out to. And so she let me know that she wasn't going to fill the car up. A lot of times the people, especially at the airport, sometimes, folks cutting it right down to the minute, and just want the convenience of being able to just drop the car off and just, go. And that's one of the great things about Turo, is because you don't have to go back to the counter, turn the keys in, and deal with a person. You know what I mean? So I'm just excited because today was awesome. Like I said, so I had that car. And the great thing about the guest who was coming to get that car, he was a businessman from Texas. And, he was trying to do it, but he put his assistant's number in there, and it was kind of encouraging me to contact her because it was a new something. He was an older gentleman too. So after I could see he was kind of struggling, I did go ahead and contact his assistant. So we kind of helped to coordinate to, get him started on it. And so he flew out here from Texas, and he's just excited. So they're excited too, because she says that he travels a lot, and, if things work out great, they want to use my cars whenever he comes out here. So I'm just excited because I'm like making connections and stuff like that. And I know that having the convenience of airport delivery is a game changer, because the people, like I can tell in their text messages, they're so grateful that really all I did was land. I got my luggage and then I walked right out to the parking lot and click, click, click a few pictures, and then I get to. I'm in the car. I'm enjoying the car. I'm enjoying my ride. I didn't have to deal with any counter person. I didn't have to sign there and initial there and et cetera, et cetera. It's just very simple and it's pleasant. It feels good. And I was just happy about that. And then as I'm doing all this stuff, I get another text for, another to rent my other edge, which was at my other dropout spot. So I felt good because I was really busy and I probably have lost a few pounds because I didn't eat. And, I just been running and just having a ball, or just really feeling the pressure of, wow, thing is really working fast. Like, I couldn't have taken a lunch if I wanted to, or I couldn't have come on here at lunchtime to do the live when I said I was going to do lives on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, at noon. Like there was no way, like, because I had to have 4 cars at the airport, and so like now I'm out. All my cars are out, and they were all like scheduled back to back, and there was no way. And one of them had to be washed, because it had just got back from a trip, and it was like maybe 12 hours between the time that it came back and then I had to turn it over. So it was a very busy day. And then just the from last week, and actually just from after the accident, things have been extremely um just a challenge. I'm just excited too about it because the things that I had feared, or was hoping that this let this cup pass me, that it wouldn't happen to me. When it did happen, it really pushed me off to grow. And now I've been approached for some consulting work, and people are really supporting me and are very intrigued with this whole Turo thing. And then it also impressed with the fact that I kind of built all this up in such a short amount of time with just kind of a a shaky, because I didn't really put a whole bunch off into the plan and all this stuff. This was really a desperate attempt, a desperate last minute attempt not to have to go back to work because the sand was running out of the hourglass, and all the stuff that I was trying to do in real estate. Like, there's some real sharks out there or some gremlins that, really scammers. That's how they earn their money off of, taking advantage of people, trying to go through the learning curve and don't really know. And so when that happened with the real estate thing, I was just like, oh my goodness, like, what am I going to do here? Like, I'm tired of, working, for somebody else. I'm tired of not owning my time. I'm tired of planning my life around work. I was tired of planning, anything that I wanted to do around work when I could do it, if work allowed, and I just couldn't do it. And I had, in this 2-year span, went back to work on 2 different occasions after things didn't work out. But however, this time when the thing didn't work out, and I just really looked at myself and I was like, you can't keep running back to this little safety net. Like, you got to get through this and just see what happens. And the more I just kept focusing and visualizing myself, just really having faith and just believing that this was going to work, that I was going to be able to generate this income, my mind just started thinking about all these different ways that I can just monetize what I had. Like, okay, I didn't get all these big loans to be able to buy property and stuff. Those things, I got duped. I got duped out of that. Right. So what do you have? I'm telling to myself, what is it that you have? Okay, well, you have a house and it's just you. You could, rent out some space. You could do some real estate, And then, the Turo thing came up. And it was like the more I just kept trying, it started happening. So you just have to keep the faith and, see it in your mind's eye and just, keep moving forward. As long as you're always moving forward, everything else is just a lesson. So never like give up because that thing that you tried didn't work out. And you never know, it may not be that it didn't work out. It might be that it didn't work out how you expected it to. A lot of times, what the thing is not what you expect. Like, so it's a little but yeah. So let's see here. So the tip I was going to tell you was that airport. So if you are in an area where there's an airport, you want to be close to an airport, because that's going to open up the doors for a better guest. I would say that most of the guests that do come in from the airport are, they're more focused. Those are the ones that they may be late picking it up because due to a flight delay or something like that. But that's it. They're never going to be late dropping it off because they have a plane. Like they have a time. Oh, I got some people over here. What's that over here? Who's that? Inspirational. Thank you. Is that 𝐷McLeod? All right, I'm trying to do this here without my glasses so y'all don't see these rings in my eyes here. So pardon the squint. Pardon my squint. Thank you for your comment. And yes, I try to be inspirational. That's my passion and my goal because I feel really blessed that I stayed strong and just went on and got through this because like now it just changes everything. I feel really good that it's things get easier because bad things are always going to happen. Like life is, that's just life. So when it rains, it don't just rain on one person's house, it's going to rain over. So that's why you need to have an umbrella. That's a plan and focus and all that good stuff. So when it does rain, you just poof and you good, You got to have a plan, a fallback plan, a plan to fall back on when things go a certain way, and that's how you're able to stay afloat. So the airport, that is an excellent tip because once the airport was opened up for the 5 new cars, it just started popping. And like yesterday, I was almost a little teary eyed because I was feeling overwhelmed. And because I was feeling tense about the day that I was going to have today because I was like, wow, it's just me, and how am I going to get these cars back and forth? So I did have to call for some help to help me get all 4 of those cars there because, like I said, last night I was able to drop one off and take one home, get it clean. But when I dropped that one back off, I still had one more to get. And then as I was bringing that one, I get a text or a booking for the 4th one. So it was really fun though. I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. It felt good to it was a little bit tense because trying to coordinate letting the people in, especially with the 5 new cars not being on the Turo Go. So those cars not being on the Turo Go has really, that means that I have to be up. So that's probably the other reason why I was tired too, because I had a couple of late night check-ins, like 11:30, and then a 7 in the morning, and all that stuff. So it could be a little bit draining. So I'm just excited because tomorrow I actually have a whole day off because I'm out of cars, and the next thing to happen isn't until Friday. So I have tomorrow off, which I have a 90-minute massage schedule because, like I said before in a prior video, self-care is the best care, and it really does make a difference. And I think because I've been really into myself and keeping myself massaged and chiropractic, what do you call it, the back, manipulation, all that good stuff, and also those colonics, what I mean, keeping that colon cleansed and all that good stuff. The better you are on the inside, and clean on the inside, it really helps manifest a good outside too. And it helps you to stay positive and draw more positive things to you, or to be able to identify the positive thing in the negative thing that is drawn to you. Because, like I said before, everything is always both positive and negative at the same time. It's like a coin. One side is head and one side is tails. That's just life. Let's see, I got another comment up here. Oh, look at here. We got some Uncle Stu in the house. Hi, Uncle Stu. How are you? You never told me when you was gonna go live again. I think I may have to drop a link up here if you want to get up here and we could chop it up again. This here is Uncle Stu, and it's going to be a shout out to our mastermind people with the TLA, the lead attorney mastermind group. That's how we get down over here. We do support one another and give up a lot of love and all that good stuff. So nice to see you here. Thank you for coming by, Uncle Stu. And see, where else was I at? The airport delivery. I just love that my airport deliveries it really is the best thing, because like I said, for the most part, those guys are never late coming back unless something crazy happened. But they're going to be on time because they have a flight to take. The guests that come, my local guests that come pick up local, and they're just, need a car or something like that, those are the ones that are late to come pick it up. They're late returning. Those are the ones. Whenever I've had any type of issues with that kind of stuff, has been from the local people and stuff. Yeah, and sometimes they can be a little bit inconsiderate and not really understand how this platform works, and not understand, like, this isn't just Avis where if you want to just keep extending, you can do that, because these cars have bookings on it. Like, people have already booked it for a certain day, so you can't be late or holding on to it. This one lady wanted to extend, however the car was already booked out, so but her bringing it back late. And then too, she had dogs in there. I know she did, because I had to really use some of my different attachments to get all that dog fur out of there. And then I was thinking, like, should I try and charge her for it? And then Turo tell me, oh, you can't prove it was dog hair. How do you know it wasn't human hair or whatever? So that's kind of like out there. I didn't know what to do on that one, especially since they gave me the cold shoulder with the smoking stuff. But I have a question here. Let's see. Uncle Stu saying, hello, I've been working on some projects and I'm doing in my platform. I am dropping videos now, but I am trying to go live on Monday. Okay, cool. I usually try to go live on Monday too. What time your live is going to be? Maybe we could team up, and I come to you, you come to me. You know what I mean? Especially because I saw on your last post talking about single ladies dating and all that good stuff, and so I happen to be a single mom, even though my children are grown, but I do have a strong opinion on those things, on those topics, since I happen to be a woman and I have gone through that stuff, so I have a lot to say. Let's see here. I think I got me another question here. Oh. All right, this here is from Derek Valvel. It says, do you think the skills you obtained from your nursing career helped you into your entrepreneur that you are today? I do. I really do. Because, especially nursing, you're kind of doing your own thing a little bit too. So, yeah, I would say that it does, because you do a lot of independent thinking, and you have to come up with different solutions for stuff, and you have to be innovative and all that good stuff, different things like that. So yes, and I feel like, I'm always going to be a nurse. You can't like turn that on or off. I'm still a nurse, and that's what I'm in the grocery store. If I see somebody, I can spot it and be like, oh, looks like congestive heart failure. I'm always going to be a nurse, right? Because you can't like turn that off. That's just something that, especially, when you have the knowledge, it's just there. So And I do love taking care of people. I treat my cars like my patients. You know what I mean? Like when I'm giving them the bath or washing them up. I try to. I'm thinking about like that, yeah. It does help. It does help. It did help me. Thank you, Derek, for your question. This is a lot of excitement here. Let me see, make sure what else I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, yeah. Let me do some other stuff here. Let me show some of my little banners here. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Like and subscribe for me. And let me see how many thumbs ups I got. Do I have any thumbs up? Oh, I got 5 thumbs up. That's so nice. Thank you guys for that love there. I love those thumbs up. When you come here, give me a thumbs up. And also, let's see here. So I talked about my 4 cars in the airport today and the insurance. So for the one claim on the guest, I just figured out that the smart way is to go let Turo handle it. Let Turo handle it because the deductible for me was only $250. And if I was to go with my insurance, it's going to be $500. And then there was all this other confusion about who was going to pay. And I was worried because I thought like, I don't know if I was going to be in some trouble or have some splaining to do about, those cars, being put on this Turo platform, stuff like that. So I wasn't certain about that, but actually it was nothing. My insurance company, after I told them about it, I felt like a big burden was lifted off me because I try to be honest, and it's hard for me to live a lie or something like that. So I was just grateful that I could, get that off my chest and be upfront and let the people know exactly what was going on. Look here, we got some more questions. Let me just make sure that I'm on time. And I apologize for this squinting, but let's see here. Uncle Stu said, wait a minute, I'm behind. All right, so Uncle Stu says, it is okay. We can always talk about it. Everyone has their own views and everyone has their own stories. So, yes, we can talk about it. Okay. Uncle Stu is such a great uncle. He's a really great guy. He has a channel too. And Uncle Stu, why don't you drop your channel in this chat here? I'm sure you have the skills to do that. Because the lead attorney is our mentor and teacher, and he teaches us a whole bunch of stuff on this whole YouTube thing. And it's on the Teachables course from the lead attorney, and it's an awesome program. It's 18 hours, and I've invested way more than 18 hours, and I've done the program, listened to it multiple times, and just even today I was re-listening to it because a lot of times, when there's a lot of information, it's really hard to digest it, and then too you need to start applying it so you can go back and check to see if it's actually working out. So again, that's my nursing abilities. All right, so I actually have, okay, this is them. So the one chick that didn't pay for send the gas, she's trying not to pay her Turo bill for the gas or whatever like that. But those are the people that do that. The people that do that are out there, and that's what they do. Shady business. But it's all a learning experience. And see here, Uncle Stu actually has another comment here. Let me take off this here banner. Can I see this comment? New comment. OMG. Y'all bear with me real quick here. I'm a little bit lost. Let me see here. Here we go. Uncle Stu says, oh, okay, I will email you and give you my number and we can talk about it. Okay, cool. My email is either the real estate apostle at gmail.com, or I think, you probably can, I don't know where you can find it at. But anyway, the real estate apostle at gmail.com. Hit me up, people. And then look else what else I'm about to drop in this. If you're feeling it. That's my Cash App right there. And I just figure out how to put that on there, this banner there. That's me too. Another email, tiajuana.tj@gmail.com too, because that's me. And you can find me there. and send me emails. They come right here to my phone, these here emails and stuff. And I want to say I had another question here. Make sure I'm sticking on task. Another thing you could do in my description box, I'm with this organization called Seven Figures, and they really help people get funding to start your business. So if you are somebody who's looking to, and you want to start a business and you're concerned about, having some startup capital, Seven Figures, you can click that link in the description box, and they do a soft pull on your credit. It doesn't affect your credit, but they're going to do, your personal guarantee. So if you've got good personal credit, then you are a sure in for the funding. So, but if you don't have good credit, they also do have some help with you with other little avenues where you can start building up your credit. Because, like I've said before, having good credit is super, super duper important because it helps to open doors for you. Credit is very important. So if it's not good today, that doesn't mean that you just say, oh, I've got bad credit. You have to keep working on it because time, most of the time, it's going to take time for it to heal up anyway. So if you've done some stuff and, I've had some issues with credit in the past, you just have to serve your time in the credit prison. Most of the time, it's like 6 to 7 years. So once you serve your time, you'll get you a parole. And if you've been doing the right thing while you were in serving your time, then you get out, and usually your score is pretty high. And like I said, there's different things you can do, but you got to be active about that credit score. You got to be really intentional about it and protect it and guard it at all costs. Oh, I got me some more questions up here. All right, so Derek says, I think you might be interested in another business opportunity called, oh my goodness, what is that? Sorry, y'all. I'm not going to fake the funk here. Okay, excuse me. Said, I hope this isn't no dirty message up here, and I'm cleaning my glasses off to read some stuff here. I saw an F. Hopefully that's not nothing foul up here. Let's see. Let's see. I think you might be interested in another business opportunity called Fluid Truck. It's a platform that allows you to put work trucks and vans up to their app and to be rented by small businesses. Thank you, Derek, for your question. That was a great comment, actually. And I apologize for thinking it may have said something else. I didn't have my glasses on, and I was just squinting here, and I saw that F. But that sounds good. Yeah. See, trucks. Work trucks, huh? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So I've never heard of this platform. It sounds good. Anything where it allows you to be able to rent something out is awesome opportunity. As long as it's not anything mechanical that I'd have to do in it, I'm always for that, which is the reason why I got new cars, new vehicles for my fleet, because I'm not mechanically inclined. You know what I mean? I don't I don't know how to change a tire. And I know like that's supposed to be a bad thing. You're supposed to know how to change a tire, all that stuff. I don't know. I never did. And I have a AAA card, or I have Ford passes or a BMW pass where there's ways, and everybody doesn't need to know how to change a tire. Anyway, so that's the reason why I got the new car. So, they'll keep up, with them, and I don't have to worry about if something happened to a guest in a car that, has, a lot of miles on it or has issues or something like that. And you can expect to have these problems if you do purchase used cars. So I feel like if you are somebody, especially we women, like not all of us, I don't know why, but we really don't know a lot about cars or working on cars. And so, having these new cars is a great opportunity to do that. And like I said, with the Ford passes, like I was alerted when it was time to change the oil and rotate the tires on the cars, because when I get on the app, alert button pops up and then tells me exactly what's needed. And then all I do is schedule it, and blue, blue, blue is done. So I like that. And so the trucks and the vans kind of sounds a little scary to me. Like, but probably it's not. But it sounds yeah, this sounds a little bit like not for me. Cars and vans. If I have to do some stuff to it, probably wouldn't be too much fun. But let's see here. I like Derek. You got some good questions on here. It's just really, let's see here. Derek say they have 100%. 100% passive income model where you only have finance. Wait a minute, let me put the glasses on for this. I like you, Derek. You talking some stuff here. I like this kind of talk. You see, they have 100% passive earning model where you only have financed the vehicles and own them. Wow. They handle the maintenance and the workflow. No headache. What? Okay. Fluid truck, huh? All right. Thank you, Derek. Are you with Fluid Truck? Let's see here. Derek said something else here. No pickup, no contact with renters, no cleaning. What? Okay, because I was gonna say I do contactless pickup with my Turo thing, but you saying no cleaning because I think I spend a lot of time cleaning because I'm doing this cleaning myself, and with the SUVs like the Explorers that have a third row seating. Like I'm literally have to crawl away to the back to do the vacuum to like really get down in there because I like to know that mine are clean. So these you don't have to do any cleaning? What? That sounds incredible. I like that. I would put a real good look off into that. That sounds incredible. Or even see like who's the market, who's the audience for that, who's your customer, who's the consumer for that. I guess would be a better question. Vans and trucks. So who am I renting these to? And if there's a market here in Montgomery, Alabama for that, let's see here. What else I'm probably talking about? I got me a little whiteboard over here that I've jotted down some stuff since I'm I'm still not that I'm being stubborn about scripting. I just haven't really had the time to write anything. So yes, I do get up here with just just kind of talking or shooting from the hips, as they may say. Let's see here. Um, Derek said, I can link you a YouTube video. Yes, please drop that YouTube video here. I'd love to click on that and check it out and see. Thank you, Derek. Derek's very kind. And so are you doing this, Derek? How did you hear about this? This what is this again? Fluid truck. Fluid truck. Wow, it's pretty great. Sounds like a great concept and seems like it's pretty similar to what I'm doing here on this Turo platform. And maintenance schedule, daily price. Okay, the other thing that I did, I think I may have mentioned it, but I went on there and manually changed my pricing to, increase my prices on all of my cars. I feel like if I, especially now since I'm just 5-star and after October the 1st, I should get my title of, 5-star host because that's when the next assessment is coming up October 1st. And I've been 5-star since the beginning and I continue to keep my 5-star. Let's see here. Derek, my main man over here said, I've been researching it myself, but I'm not in it yet. Okay, cool. So you want to get Mikey to try it? Yeah. That was like an old joke back. I'm an older person. Back in the 70s, anyway, it was a cereal called Life Cereal, and Mikey was a kid who, didn't really like much stuff, and the story went the kids, they had a new cereal and the Life cereal was supposedly nobody knew if it was good or bad. So they say, let's get Mikey. He won't eat it. He hates everything. They give the bowl to Mikey and he starts eating and just start tearing it up. And they're like, he likes it. He likes it. Anyway, it was a big commercial back in the 70s and it still hits home today. Life cereal. So it seems like here you want me to give it a shot so I can tell you if it's good or not. Anyway, that was the joke there. So I talked about that, and cool. Did you? Let me see over here if you did drop the link for your for the YouTube video, or how you would share that with me. Maybe if you can't drop it in the chat, if you could drop it as a comment on the actual YouTube. Okay, I don't see it in here. Is that it there? No, that ain't it. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, I'll be looking forward to checking that out from you, Derek. And here's another new comment. Let me go. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, comment. Here we go. Oh, a new comment up here. This says, "Do you suggest personal or commercial insurance for your cars?" Thank you. That's coming from Corporate HQ. Well, I don't have any commercial insurance right now. All my insurance is personal. When I was calling around to think about or to inquire about fleet insurance, check with the local ones. I have 4 cars with Allstate, and then 5 cars with Liberty Mutual. To see about that. Most of the people, when I would talk to a real person, they'd be like, "Oh, we don't do that. We don't offer that. We don't cover that." So I don't know, to be honest. I know that it's no, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just saying, for me, what I'm doing right now is just personal insurance, and I did let them know that the cars are being rented on the Turo platform. But I'm pretty sure commercial insurance, if you're gonna have so many cars, would be more ideal. Commercial insurance. Thank you very much for your comment. I am just really appreciating all of your comments and folks getting on here and talking. Oh, I know the other thing I'm supposed to be doing. Let me see if anybody care to come up here. Let's see if we can drop a link. If anybody want to come up and speak their comment or question on the Real Estate Apostle channel, the Tria thing. Let me see if I put the drop it here too. All right, so anyway, I put that out there, and feel free to click the link if you want to come up and just say hi to me. It's just say hey, since we're in the South, if you are anyway, to come up and give your question or comment. But I'm excited about it, and I think it's an awesome opportunity. Like I said, I also, since I've been doing this now, someone approached someone to get to me about consulting to help them get started on getting some cars on Turo, to even see if it's a good fit for them, because there are some a few drawbacks that could possibly hinder or crush the dreams, like the one video that I reacted to the other day about the one little sad Turo host who started his Turo business with a Mercedes Benz, and I guess did some damage to it, and Turo denied his claim because he made a deal outside of the Turo platform for $120. So he had over $1,000 worth of damage that he had to pay for himself, because he needed that extra $120 that he got from the Turo people. From the guest. Let's see here. Is this a new question? Yes, it is. Let's see here. This says, from Derek, says, the title of the video is Inside 100% Positive Truck Sharing Fleet, Turo Alternative. Okay. Also, they directly trying to be competition with Turo? Wow, let me read that again. He said a Turo alternative. Wow. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hey, when things are new, a lot of times, there's always a lot of copycats or people try to come and make a better, build a better mousetrap. But I'm pretty sure it probably wouldn't be too difficult to improve upon Turo, which because they're just now today reaching out to me to put the crashed edge on restriction. I had to go in there and snooze it because they were still trying to book it. It's like, I mean, y'all seen these pictures? I didn't submit it, the crash and all that stuff. So I'm not sure how what their time, their turnover is, because, like I said, it took several days before the 5 new cars that I added last week was even, or the week before, was even added to be at the airport. And then all of a sudden when it got added on there, now it's just popping. But it took some time, so during that first week or first week and a half while I wasn't up there, I could have been potentially losing money because, it takes time and stuff. Like in these 5 cars, I went and bought the key pod boxes when I did the wrapping a couple weeks ago when these came in there, so the cars could be on the Turo Go app, and they still haven't opened it up for the 5 new ones, which has been kind of but I guess it's been okay because it helps me to feel, I'm a little bit more connected with the guests. However, I will be happy when they're on the Go apps because it's way less work. It's way less work. I don't have to stress out about making sure I stay up on time to to open the car up for the people and stuff. They can come and go as they please, and I'm sure that's very helpful for the guests too. I know when I was traveling, I totally loved the freedom of being able to get into my Airbnb on my own without having to meet a person or see a person or something. All right, Uncle Stu is back in the action here. He says, "Okay, have a good night. I will email you in the morning. I am East time." Oh, okay. "I am going to bed now." Laugh out loud. "And I'm still an old man." You're No, you're not. Oh, okay. Good night, Uncle Stu. We'll let the geriatrix go ahead and turn. No, I was joking. Good night, Uncle Stu. I'll talk to you soon. I can't wait for us to chop it up and talk. Okay, we got us another question here. Another question from Corporate HQ says, "Thanks for the answers. It sounds like they were okay." Let me see. "Sounds like they were okay with the renting out under the personal policy. Have you had to file a claim yet? I'm trying to better understand additional coverage in case Turo denies the claim." Okay, so yes, I actually just had my first accident, first guest to crash a car on the 14th of this month, and so I was worried because that was my first crash. So you have to have your own personal insurance on your vehicles, and then Turo has a traveler's insurance. So when your car is rented out, your car is covered under the traveler's insurance. And they have different options that you could take, and that depends on how much your deductible is going to be and how much you're going to be split, how much money you're going to split with Turo. So for everything to be covered, it's the 60-40 split. So you're going to get 60%, Turo's going to get 40% of your money. However, you have no deductible, and you get your daily rate for how long your car is out, for repairs. So, of course, I didn't get that plan. So I'm losing money every day that the one crashed edge is out, which was the reason why I went and got more cars on there. And so the hopes is that the 5 new cars will, generate enough to, kind of take the pressure off and, at least pay for the one that's crashed. Because, of course, I didn't get that one there because I wanted to keep a little bit more of the money. And so my deductible is $250, which, is not, it's not bad. It's actually better than the deductible on my own plan, which is a $500 deductible. So I'm pretty pleased with the 250. And let me see if I finished. Did I get all that question there? Yeah, personal policy will, does well. I think if you're going to get the commercial, you're probably looking to have way more cars. I have 8, and I have a total of 9. I'm not counting my personal car because I wouldn't put my personal car on any type of ride sharing platform. And the reason why is because when people rent cars on these ride sharing platforms, most of them, not to say all of them, but most of them really don't give a hoot about your car. Hence the reason why the one lady, when it clearly states in the Turo policies that no pets, no smoking, no pets is supposed to be on there. Or, if a person would click a box and say that the car is pet friendly, which I have not yet to do that. Which I really wasn't too upset about the pet because I have a puppy, a pit bull mixed puppy, and I take him out to the park and stuff like that. Anyway, I've got really good a vacuum with the attachments, so I was, it was a challenge, and I was able to get the hair and stuff out of the car. So I felt like I wanted to just, let that go because these are potential, customers, and cleaning and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be that type of a host that's going to, be charging the guests for every little something that, when I could be getting repeat customers, referral business, and things like that. When, if they had rented a car from Avis or something like that, I don't think that they would be as I don't want to say petty, but as nitpicky to be upset about some cookie crumbs, or the dog hair may, I don't know, I may have should have pushed the envelope on that, but I just felt like, well, I do have a dog too, and my dog rides in the car with me. I ride him in my car, and so I don't know. I was able to, clean it in detail. It did take more time though. So, but I don't know. I don't know. What would you have done? Would you have sent them a bill for that? It's $150 cleaning fee, but I don't know. I didn't. I just let it go. And 2, I was really busy. Like I said, I had 4 cars to deliver to the airport today, and it takes a lot to do all of that stuff. So I did just kind of just let it go. So that was the drawback, was that the cars aren't on the Turo Go app at the moment. The new ones aren't. Let's see. I think I pretty much got all that stuff. And I guess let me show y'all some. I don't know what y'all want to see. That was a bad question. So I can do this here. I've talked about. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. Let's talk about some other tips. Like I said, the tips of changing up those settings. And what I want to do is really get in there and fine tune my schedule, because I wasn't happy with the whole being available 24 hours a day. But I think in the beginning, most of us new folks, you're trying to accept as many bookings as you can, so you can get high up in the search, so you want to be top search. And I feel like now that I am the top search person, I am too, that I need to raise the prices, because these people are getting they're getting way too much. And I think whenever something's cheap, people treat it that way. So I'm trying to attract the different crowd of people, maybe people that could be a little bit more appreciative, more respectful. Like I said, the one lady, young lady with the makeup on the mirror, just, and the other thing too is that, some of the new vehicles, two of them had the tan or white interior, which, I don't think I'd want to do that again. It looked really nice, but now for something that's going to be rented out and something like that, it's probably not a great idea because, I'm cleaning them constantly and, stains really show up bad. I have another question here from Corporate HQ says, yes, I would have killed them for sure. How many cars do you feel one can manage before it's too many to keep a full-time job and host? Thanks so much. You're welcome. Okay, so I did some research, and then I'm with this one Turo group on Facebook, and I had made somebody had asked this very same question, and at the time I only had 3 cars. And at that I thought that I was big and bad with my 3 cars on my fleet. And this person that was asking the question in the Turo group only had 1. So I was like, oh, you and your mere little one, and I was thinking that, you need some help because at that time, I was like needing help, somebody to follow me to the airport, drop this, I thought you needed help. And then some real big dogs that had 15 cars, 10 cars, and they was doing it by themselves with 10 and 15 cars. And so I was like taken aback. So I had to ask how, because I didn't believe it. But what they said made sense. If you really take control of your calendar and you set limits where your car can't be booked for 12 hours after a trip. That way, if you do have a full-time job, you can schedule it to where the guests can only, book when you are available. And so they were saying that, that these people, one person had 15 cars, a solo deal, and one person had 10 cars, and they were a law student, okay? And they said they had a part-time job, and they were managing all this. So it can be done. And, however, I just felt like I couldn't do it with the type of work that I was in, as far as nursing, because I couldn't, like sometimes it's not goes as according to the schedule. Like if a guest is late, what are you going to do? So if you aren't in a position where you can be kind of flexible with your time, it's not a good business to get into, because I can tell you this for the most time, 90%, being late, the guests being late, it's gonna happen, especially if they're at the airport, because it's not in their control, so you can't be frustrated. And then too, even for just the pickups, the guests are late, and then say a guest is late dropping the car off, which could really, have a negative effect, because if the car is needed to be later, for another guest, you only have so much time to wash and turn it over. Turo will have you give you an hour to do all these things. So if you don't go in there and manually set up your calendar, you could be running around like a chicken without a head, kind of like what I was doing today, because I was being very lenient with allowing Turo to do a lot of the the default settings and stuff, because I was worried that I wouldn't get picked up by the algorithm to be at the top of the search. So I was just kind of taking it or whatever. But now that I am top and I realize how valuable my fleet is, I'm raising those prices. And let me see if that helped you out with that. So if you do have a full-time job, there are people that are, running a fleet with 10 to 15 vehicles by themselves. It's what they're saying. There's one guy, he actually produced a video to show the receipts of him doing it, and he was doing it. He wasn't washing the cars by hand, however. He was taking his cars to like a drive-through car wash, which I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I know, like in the past, I was just pride myself on hand washing my cars, and not my babies aren't gonna be going through no car wash, getting all scruffed up. I'm not gonna lie. Today, I was really tempted to, take me a good old shortcut and, zip through the wash, the car wash, the drive-through. I was super tempted to do that, but I didn't because there's still so much. I didn't. There's still just so much um better when you wash by hand, because a lot of times those little, it's just, I feel like it's cleaner, or I can see the dirt better when I'm actually there, which I don't even know why I'm saying that, because it's going to get old really quick, and I should probably try to look off into, some ways to make things go a little bit faster. But I do take pride. I like the fact that people enjoy, how clean my vehicles are. They say that in the comments and stuff like that, that the cars are clean. Yes, they are. The cars are clean and new, so that's also a good something. I got me a new comment here. Did I read this one here? Oh, dope answer. Oh, okay, I like that. Dope. I would have to see a video of how one person can manage five, consider let alone 10. Well, I'm managing seven by myself, so I'm a one woman show. So it could be done. It could be done. And like I said, I started with three, and then I took one off, and then found a permanent renter for that one. So then I was just managing two. And two was super easy. And I was just kind of kicking back, just thinking I needed to wait like 6 months before, I knew I needed to add more cars, because the demand in the area started to grow and grow. And it wasn't, not enough cars. And I kept saying, okay, you need to get some more cars, you need to get some more cars. And I was dragging my feet until the guest had to crash in my edge, which was my top money maker. So that pushed me to go get more. And I wasn't trying to get, I didn't even think I was going to get five, but I went there, and, those five, they was happy to, be able to match me up and get me five cars. So I have seven, and I've been since the 15th of this month. And yeah, it's been a challenge only on the days when it's like the multiples going out. But like right now, tomorrow I have the whole day off because all my cars are already booked out. And then they'll start coming back this weekend or the early part of next week, so I'll start back working come Friday, really Saturday, and then probably work up. And I got bookings up until, or turnovers and stuff. But once the cars are out there, then really it's kind of passive income, because the cars are out. You're not doing anything else, because once the people get in the cars, you rarely you rarely hear from them unless they're calling to tell you that they've been in an accident, and then they don't call you, to send you an email. But yeah, so it's a doable thing. And two, I'm doing all the work around my house too, because when I stopped working, I was trying to save money and stuff like that. So I do my own yard, taking care of the pool. I do I'm out there doing all that stuff. And which now I'm realizing that that's not always the best way to go. Best use of your time is to do these things on your own, because I would have been happy to have an assistant today to help wash some of these cars. But yeah, just to say that you can do it on your own. Like, I've been a one woman show this whole time. And yeah, so I really think that 10 would could be 10 to 15 is a doable something, especially if you have your cars on remote apps where you can open them remotely, where you don't have to actually meet the guests. If you're having to meet these people, then I can say that it's not going to be a fun business, because you're going to be trying to whose whenever a guest is late, especially if you have things to do too. It's like, okay, You said you're supposed to be back here with the car at 10 is already 10 p.m. It's already a late pickup, and then all of a sudden, now you want to change it to 2 a.m. Like, I got things to do too. Like, you expect me to be, but that's not a way that you want to treat your guests, because they're your guests. So you'll be holding all that in, and it won't be happy if you're having to meet people. That's why remote contactless entry is the way to go. So, and if you do have an older fleet that don't have that option, you can always do alternative would be a lockbox, and then you could text them the code, and they can let themselves in and go about it that way. There's ways that you can do it, remotely. If you don't have a newer car that have the remote access that you can handle. So, have I answered all of your questions? Look at me going on for over an hour here. Such a late hour too. I just wanted to do this because, I didn't. Did I not do a video yesterday? I don't think I didn't do anything yesterday. Anyway, it was Tuesday. I wasn't scheduled to do anything, but I did. I could have done a short. I could have done something. However, I didn't. I didn't. So we have another question here, or maybe a comment. Knowing what you know now, how would you tell a newbie to choose their first car? Okay, that's a great question. Let me see. I'm going to show you here. So I'm going to go. I would tell the newbie to first go to the Turo platform, which I'm pulling up over here. Go to the Turo platform, and then they're going to click in their area. So I'm just going to say, I always just choose Atlanta. I'm here in Alabama. I just say Atlanta since it's kind of our closest big city. So I'm not sure if y'all going to be able to see this. I'm going to just type in Atlanta first, and let's see. No, I'm going to do, how about you? Where are you at? What's your area? I would tell the newbie person here. You type in your area. Let's just pretend the new person is right here in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so let's go here and share our screen. Share my screen here with you. Take you over here to this Turo platform. All right, let's see if we could see. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna go over here so I can show y'all. So this here is Atlanta. You can see these are all the cars over here. I would tell that person, you go to your area and scroll down and see what the cars are looking like. All right. So here's a host with this McLaren. All right. So I'm gonna click on that, but I need to go back over here so y'all can see what the new click look like. I realized the other day I was doing this share the screen, and I was clicking going off into other screens, and y'all could not see it because that's not how this thing works. Let me go back over here, share the screen. Share the screen. There we go. All right, so now I've clicked off into this little McLaren deal here. The person is asking $500 a day for this. I don't even know what this is. Must be some type of a special car. It looks like a BMW i8 or something else with these little flashy doors. Let's see. Are y'all able to, am I sharing? I'm sharing. Okay. Making sure I'm sharing here. All right. So here's the host. This host has had 128 trips, and they joined the platform May 21st, 2021. So I would see how many trips the host has had. They've had 128. Let's see how many cars they got. So again, I need to come over here and stop that. I'm going to show you the cars. I haven't figured out how to be efficient with this here sharing the screen, but go here and share what am I sharing? Okay, let me click on the host. That's what I'm doing right here. Click on the host and share that. Or is this? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So here's the host. The host name, as you can see, is Julius. I believe that's Julius. Yeah, Julius. And it's 128 trips. And they have one, two, oh, that's it. They have two cars. So that means out of these two cars, and this one only had two trips, this one's had 47 trips. So they probably had more cars in the past, and right now they're only hosting two of them. So you can see that this Jeep here has had 47 trips. These Jeeps tend to do pretty good. I've seen those. A lot of people say those do good. So what you would do is you can look all around. I can't show all of the screens, but when you look on there, you want to see what type of cars are on the platform. You want to see how many trips they've had. Oh, VA. Okay, let me see that. All right, I'm gonna see what. Let's see what's happening in VA. I'm go back on over here. Y'all can't really see because I'm actually actively doing it. Virginia. Is that West or just regular Virginia? Or is it? No, because West Virginia is West Virginia. I need my glasses on. Okay, here we go. That is one. So let's see. Okay. So let me share so you can see it's not as many cars as it is in Atlanta, however, but it looks like they're gonna have some fancier. Here we go, some fancier cars. So this is what pulled up for Virginia. So it's Mercedes Benz. This person is a 5-star host. And they've had 13 trips. The Subaru. Okay, they've got 9 trips. So it looks like these are more kind of economy cars. But yeah, so this is your pool over here. How many cars you got? Oh, a Bentley. Good heavens! For 2016, this is $669. It's only had one trip, I guess. Holy smokes! All right, so this person, I think that's all they got too. This might be one of those little accidents waiting to happen. Okay, Eugene started in September. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna share this little part here. This person is new to the platform, and they got them a Bentley. So I've heard and seen a lot of people make this mistake when they go get these exotic cars and put them on the platform. And like but wait a minute, that might be pretty decent. He's had one trip, and if that's like $600, but this month's almost over. I don't know. What I was gonna say was that some people, they go out and get these high end cars, and then it's not really a market for that, and so now you're stuck with this big old payment, and nobody is renting your car. And he didn't have any other cars on there to kind of absorb or to balance anything. So, but that's what I would do. I would tell that person to go to your area and look at the cars on the platform and see what's being rented. Like a lot of times, those little economy cars, those really be like really getting cranked out there a lot. Oh, look at here. Pinto Bean. What's up, Pinto Bean? I ain't seen you in a minute. Pinto Bean said, hey, glad to see that you are very consistent with your channel and business venture. Thank you. I know, huh? Because Pinto Bean been with me since I probably with the med spa, with the wellness center. um, but yeah, so Turo, I'm excited about that. That has been a big blessing for me, and something I've been super excited about. Like, the I'm consistent because it's working. Like, I'm really doing it. And like I said, today was a very long day for me. I worked super hard, but I still wanted to make sure that I came out here to stay consistent. And thank you, Pinto Bean, for acknowledging that, because that's big for me. Because I know in the past, I have taken some breaks here, only because I just really felt like I wasn't really sure what it was I wanted to do, and so I, wasn't keeping up, with my obligations and stuff here. So Pinto Bean said, "I've been watching, just not commenting." Oh, thank you. I do enjoy your comments. Like it used to be just the two of us back in the day. Pinto Bean, rock with me. I appreciate you. So you wasn't commenting because I'm not talking about real estate. But I think this is even better than real estate because this is such an easy entry, way to get in, as opposed to real estate, which, could require some good, capital initial investment to get started. So, and then two is less stress. Like this is a manageable something for me. Like I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel no kind of way about this. I feel very confident and very I feel like this is definitely something that I can do. I don't feel intimidated or worried about doing any of this stuff. I love it, and I feel proud about what I'm doing, and I feel proud of what I've accomplished. I'm still like pinching myself, thinking like, wow, did you really just buy 8 cars in 2.5 months? New cars too? Are you really the top person in the Montgomery area with the Turo? Is this really happening? Are you like really doing this? And I just feel good about the things that I'm able to do with having a business. Like, I'm available. I'm here to help my family. I can do a lot of stuff because I'm flexible. And then, like I said, I'm still making sure that I'm doing all that I can do for myself and stuff like that. It look like I got another comment. I don't see it. But yeah, so I'm super excited about that. And did I mention that I do have that link for the 7 figures for anybody out there who is trying to start a business, who would like to start a business, but could, use a little bit of capital to get started. And like I said, with this Turo, the entry cost is really not that much, especially if you have like I said, good credit, then you can get cars. Like the last 5 cars I got was 0 down. The first batch only spent 3,500 to get the cars, and then probably it was under 5,000 to get the first fleet started. Excuse me, and just under 1,500, about $1,250 for the last 5. So for well under 10,000, I got a business, a real business that, producing money. You know what I mean? Like I said before, Turo don't have no problems with depositing those cha-chings into your account. They do it like clockwork. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. I got another question here. Pentabing says, if you don't mind sharing, what was the process of getting all of your vehicles? Okay. So the first process, like I said, it was I just kind of stumbled onto this. I was not wanting to go back to work, so I was trying to think of I need a new business. I was ready to start a hot dog stand, whatever I had to do not to go back to work. So I was at the Ford dealership actually with my mom, who was thinking she was going to get her a car, and I started thinking, I was like, what if I bought 3 cars in my business name? And the reason why I chose the number 3 was because I had did a little research, and I saw that 3 cars to get you around 35,000 a year. 10 cars would get you about 110,000 a year. So my goal was to get 10 cars. So I went in there, and I had already started a business back in July of 2020, and I asked if I could buy some cars in my business name to put on this platform called Turo. So the people in there, they weren't really familiar with it, so I kind of pulled it up and showed it to them, and they were all, for me. And if one or two people had heard about it, so then I kind of like started drawing a crowd. They were all coming excited for me, and then, they ran, got me qualified, approved for three. So I got the three, and that's how I got those three. So I was able to put them in my business name with a personal guarantee. So that's how I got those. And then when I had an accident 2 months later, well, not I had an accident, but a guest had an accident in my Ford Edge, which was, rented the most and was generating the most income. And it had the rest of the month of September booked up with, like, two different other customers, other clients and stuff. So, and it, at that time, it had like one of the longest trip to at that time, which I think was like 11 days. So I went back to the same dealership feeling like I had, established a good relationship, and the same people came out and some new ones that remembered me back in June, and they were all for me. So I would say that with a personal guarantee and relationship building is how I got the next five, and I was able to get those with zero down. And I hadn't worked, like the first batch I had, I showed my check stubs for my nursing. And like I said, my last nursing assignment, I had made the most money that I had ever made. I mean, I was making, like really, really, really good money. So that with good credit really, I was able to soar and really, do a lot of stuff. And now this time when I go back to get the five cars, I hadn't worked since March, so I wasn't having like those big fat nurses checks, and but they just went by, I don't know. I was gonna say the relationship, like I said, the finance manager was really working hard for me and got me approved for five cars. So, and that's how I did that. Let's see here. I got another question. Let's see. Corporate HQ says, big facts. Your consistency is amazing. Keep it up. Your channel and business will go very, very far. Your authenticity is shining through, and please don't stop inspiring us. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That really touches me. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. And I appreciate you for acknowledging that and inspiring me to continue to inspire. Let's see, what is it? Pinto Bean, what you saying over there? Say, that's great. What's for you? Well, what's for you is for you. Yeah, what's for you is for you. That's true. That really is true. And a lot of times we don't even really know what it is for us. Like I thought it was the real estate, and not saying that it won't be the real estate in the future, but for right now, I really love how this whole Turo thing is going. This is perfect for me because I really don't like, big commitments and stuff. I do. And Pinto Bean, how I get bored quick and I'll be ready for the next adventure. But this here is very, it's fast paced, it's moving, and I enjoy it. And plus I just enjoy feeling proud about building my empire. I feel proud about what I'm doing here. So, yep. So that's true. What's for you is for you. And I'm excited that this here Turo is for me. You guys, thank you so much too for your questions and for bearing with me while I squint to try and read your comments here, because I'm trying to stay looking pretty. All right, so let me take down some of these little screens here, and that's how I would do it if I was telling somebody new to get started. Go to that Turo platform and see what's happening in your neck of the woods. And that's how when I got the next five, why I chose the cars that I chose. For whatever it's worth, the SUVs are doing great for me. They're doing really good for me, and I have the market share of them. and I love them. That's why I got more edges because, like I said, the edge when out of the first batch was my number one. So I have three Ford edges, two Ford Explorers, which those are good. Two people really like that because of the space. They have third row seating, and the Fords are equipped with all the latest technology. The Edge, especially, the Edge is more teched out than the Explorer, and so it has all of the features, everything, touchscreen, and it's real high tech. A lot of stuff I really don't even know how to work or use it, but I'm proud that I have that to offer and that people enjoy that. Let's see here. Another question. Oh, I already read that one. Excuse me. All right, so this here is from Pinto Bean again. It says, "Yes, I have an established. Oh, yes, I have established my business by getting an LLC. Cool. I opened a business checking account. Perfect. And also opened a credit card in my business name. Yay! Pinto Bean is doing the thing. All because of you sharing so much information." Thank you, Pinto Bean. All right. I'm proud that you actually did it. See, and it worked. So I'm telling you, wasn't it like once you did it, like now you just, you've started it. Like I said, it's so important to go ahead and get the LLC and the checking and all that stuff. And like I said, most of the time they're going to offer you that credit card on the spot. So did you get the credit card from where you got the checking account at? Pinto Bean? Probably so because like I said, and then that starts the clock rolling for your 2 hours for your 2 years when you start getting those bigger loans and stuff. So a lot of times it's best to just go ahead and get that birth date for your business because how I was able to buy the cars because my business was already 2 years old. It had just made its 2 year birthday. All right, let's see here. We got us another question. This time from Corporate HQ. What is the exit strategy for vehicles when the cars get too much miles and age out, etc.? Okay, so for the Turo platform, the cars can be 12 years old and 12 years and newer, and I want to say it's 100,000 miles on it, entering into the platform. So it has to be that or less. But then they grandfather you in. I'm told. But for me, my exit strategy, I want to like every 2 years freshen up the fleet and trade those cars out before they get to 100,000 miles. Yeah, that's my exit strategy to just work them, work them, and then toss them over. I want to always provide new cars. Like I want my cars to always be you know no more than 2 years old. New, and then when they make it to two, they old and they got to go because I want that to be my people that I provide new stuff. Yeah, 2 years is old enough. Pinto Bean said yes. And then Pinto Bean also said, I also got a fuel card. Okay. A fuel card, cool. So are you your LLC, what is it? What are you doing? Are you thinking about Turo? What are you trying to do, Pinto Bean? With your LLC. Let me see. Did you say what the LLC was, or just no? You didn't say what it was. Just opened it up. That's all. That's what it takes. So that's the starting point. Getting that business open. Like I said, once you establish it, it's like the birth date, and it's all time, and you just keep on building it up. And that's great that it's working. So good. I'm really proud of you because a lot of times just getting started is like the biggest step because so many times most of us, we keep saying, oh, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to start that and I will do and I'm going to do and all that stuff. And then we don't do anything. We keep giving ourselves excuses and reason. And life will always give you an excuse for why you can't do something. Oh, I didn't do this, or I didn't finish school. I was a teenage mom. I was, you can always find an excuse for why you don't do something. The thing is to just do it, because everybody's going to have an excuse. So you're not special. And, you just don't accept excuses. You just do it, right? Because there's always going to be an excuse for why you can't do something. The thing is to just go ahead and get it done. Get her done. Let's see. Oh, real estate. Real estate. Okay. I'm gonna try not to throw no shade on real estate, because I ain't gonna try to be sour grapes, because real estate, didn't work out in the beginning for me. But like I said, I still have my license, and I do plan on doing some more stuff, especially now that I'm doing this business. I'm meeting and actually networking with people. Like I said, um, there's a real businessman, owns a whole ton of stuff here in Montgomery with real estate and cars and all that good stuff, and is curious and interested, about how I could help him maybe, leverage some of his vehicles off into this Turo platform and stuff. So, I'm like coaching and having consulting opportunities open up to me and stuff like that. So I know that, real estate is still an awesome business to be in, and I do still want to invest. However, I like to just try to do one thing at a time and get things up. Dave Ramsey here with this. Pinto Bean said, I did the Ramsey method of paying off all my debt. Once I did that, my credit score skyrocketed. Yay! It feels good to have a good credit score. I'm sure it does. Man, I like to be snooty booty too about my credit score, and tell the people, if your first number don't start with a 7, we can't talk. But that's good. I'm really happy for you. I mean, having good credit and being on the right path is such a liberating experience. It feels good to be on the right track, and to have a focus, and to know that you have done something to elevate yourself and separate yourself from the regular people that that's not really doing anything. Dave Ramsey, huh? That's pretty tough, because I know he's really strict and all that. So I'm lucky. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm lucky. I get lucky a lot. But it's still good to have discipline and apply discipline and all that good stuff to your life. Let's see. So, oh, look at me. It's going already super late. And I know some of y'all say you're on the East Coast here. But is there another question there? Yes, it is. All right, let me see here. Getting down to the closing time here. So, use a PG, personal guarantee, to acquire newer units. Use automation to run 10 vehicles solo. Use personal policies with 2 insurance companies. Then trade the units every 2 years or so. Is that your okay? Let me see. Is that par? Yeah, it is. That's exactly what I'm trying to do here, and that's the plan. Like I said, I'm new. These are new waters, uncharted for me, but I'm excited. That's my plan, and I really feel like that's a workable plan. Like, it's not a lofty dream or idea, that it actually can work. Like I said, this week was my first week, like, really popping it with the 7 and stuff. So I was just excited that like I said the other day, felt a little bit overwhelmed because of the accident. Like, I had 2 that I was trying to get them all situated. One, I guess, and then the my convertible that I had taken off the platform and found a personal person to rent that one off the platform, was rear-ended, had a hit and run. Somebody smacked the back of that one. So, that was stressful too, because I'm like, "Ugh, another one, these all this. It just seems like a lot of times when the good thing is getting ready to happen to you, expect to be hit with multiple shots of bad news, or what people would call bad news, right? That's when you know the good stuff is about to happen. So you just have to hang in there when it's your time to, have the trials and tribulations. Yep. So, um, if there are no further questions or comments, let me see. Did I go over everything? Did I show y'all everything I wanted to show you? Yeah, I showed you the how to check in your neighborhood if the what the market is looking like. Oh yeah, and that's why I had chose those edges, because people like new, and people like to know when they rent the cars that it's going to be reliable, it's going to get them where they got to go. It's no worries in it. And two, people like new, like they like the comfort of new stuff, the technology of the new stuff. These things are important to renters, or important to guests. These kind of things that are important are the contactless pickup and deliveries. People like that, especially now since after the pandemic. We people, I know me, like I order groceries. I order a lot of stuff. I, Amazon, I like ordering things. And I can see that happening in the stores too. When you get in there, these stores they're pretty empty, because, you know, people aren't doing that anymore. Things have changed. I always try and tell these young people, like back in the day when I was coming up, we had records, we had the tapes and the 8 tracks, and then when the CDs came out, I remember my sister was like, "I'm never giving up my cassette collection." But then all of a sudden, they don't make it anymore, so you have to get the CDs. Then all of a sudden, things went digital, and like now, I've got a whole box of CDs that are pretty much useless, because I have Apple Music, and I can play and hear anything I want to within moments of me just typing in the name. These are things that wasn't even available to us, 30 years ago and stuff. So with how advanced technology is, people want stuff fast. Even the reason why these shorts are doing so well, because nobody want to wait for too long. They want to get the information quick, and we want to get to the laugh, get to the punchline, like bottom line me here, so we can get on and move through this. Is this another question? Here's another question. Y'all trying to keep me up. Let's say so. Corporate HQ says, "Thank you. Please consider a video on how to run a calendar properly to scale up to 10 cars. I ain't seen no videos on that aspect. How to check in, check out securely, and schedule it all. All right. Okay. I can do that. I can do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna make sure that I really go through this question, and make you a video, especially for you, corporate HQ, and show you all that stuff. And I'm just gonna give you a quick view of my calendar on this CarSync app. Like I tell people about the CarSync. It's an app. It's like a complimentary to Turo, and okay. So and I can show my calendar. Let me go here to the fleet calendar, and I'm going to share the screen. This is what the calendar looks like on this here CarSync app. Am I sharing? No, I'm not. All right, so this is the CarSync Sync's calendar screen. So these are all my cars here. It's all 7 that I have on the platform. This is my crashed Edge, so it's on restriction here. But so this is how I can see how my day's gonna go. I just look here and see what cars are coming back, what cars got to go back out, and all that good stuff. So This is what the calendar looks like for the cars there. And stop sharing. And then Turo, we'll make a whole video on that to show you, because I'll probably have to do that on some other kind of way. I'll come up with a great little concept so I can make it interesting and exciting for you on how to optimize your calendar, because that way you don't have to stress out about turning that car over in 3 hours when Turo won't even let you finish checking the car back in before they'll pump it out to somebody else. It's like, gee whiz, I'm still washing and drying it. So if you like put parameters on there, give yourself time. What that say? You are the best. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. I'm trying to be the best. I'm going to try to live up to that too. So you can say that after I make your video. But make sure you taking not letting them just kind of bend you over and do you with no lube by making you give out all these discounts, and then only giving yourself 2 or 3 hours to get the car ready for the next. And the other thing I think I'm going to stop are these 1-day bookings, because the 1-day bookings have always been the ones that have given the most problems. Like the lady that crashed, she had a 1-day booking. It wasn't even a whole day. It was like a few hours. She was someone coming in to do some real estate stuff. Like she was an investor, and she left. She was here. She had the car for like 18 hours. So, and after she crashed it, she still drove it, and she said that it was drivable in the text. And so, when I picked it up from the airport, I did drive it home. However, I took it to the shop, and he kind of pulled out a little bit of the, I don't know, the pieces of it. But anyway, it was bent in where it needed to be pulled out because it was scraping the tire whenever you would turn. So, people don't care. Like she had a crash and she was at fault in my car, and she continued to drive. So she finished her trip. But those are the things that people do. They do that kind of stuff when it's not theirs. And that's the kind of stuff that happens. So I'm excited because I've just made a record now. 1 hour and 47 minutes is the longest live that I've done. And I'm excited that I've done that. But so I'm going to wrap it up now if I don't have any more questions. And thank you guys so much for coming in, especially in this kind of a weird hour too, for me. And but I'm happy that people showed up, and all the engagement that I have here and the questions. I love talking, and I could I could keep on talking, but I do need to get ready because, like I said, tomorrow is going to be my all about me day, where I go start off with my 90-minute massage, and then I got to go to the spa, the nail spa, and get all hooked up and stuff. All right, who is that? Night night, Pinto Bean. Pinto Bean say good night. Night, Pinto Bean. I miss you too. You said you would been watching, but you ain't been commenting. I comment. All right. So I see you later, and don't be watching without commenting. Good night, Pinto Bean. Good night, Corporate HQ and all that good stuff. And everybody else who was watching and not saying nothing. Good night. And I'm gonna see y'all in another video Friday or something like that too. And then Corporate, I'm gonna start working on your video so I can show you how to do it, so we could all go out there and get these bags. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe, and then tune in to see me in the next video. Peace and love. Let me make sure I did answer everything. Okay, let me just put that up there before I go, because somebody else said so. Much love. Appreciate you. I appreciate you too, and much love back at you. Peace. Bye, y'all.